Horizon Forbidden West is the sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn, launched in 2017, and is played in a post-apocalyptic open world with a third-person perspective. Players control protagonist Aloy, a young huntress on a quest to a mysterious frontier spanning Utah to the Pacific coast for a world-saving mission. On her journey across the uncharted lands of the Forbidden West, she encounters hostile regions filled with natural threats and ravaged by massive storms, dangerous enemies and deadly machines, both new and old.
In their place came new life. And new dangers. I must find a way to stop it. Or it will get worse and worse.
Ghostwire Tokyo is an action-adventure video game played from a first-person perspective. The player can use various psychic and paranormal abilities to defeat the ghosts and spirits haunting Tokyo. Combat director Shinichiro Hara described the combat as karate meets magic, as the player character utilizes hand movements inspired by kujikiri hand gestures to cast spells. When an enemy loses most of their health, its core is exposed and the player can use takedown moves to destroy it, killing the spirit. Deathloop has the player in the role of Colt, an assassin that is stuck in a time loop, waking up on a beach at the island of Black Reef. The other residents of Black Reef, a former army base where strange experiments had once been held, have invested in the island and have gathered for this night to hold a party that seemingly lasts forever, as at the end of each night, the island resets to the start of the party in that time loop. Because of this reset, the partygoers pay no heed to their actions or deeds since they wake up at the start of the loop with no memories or effects of the previous loop. While Colt is part of this loop, he retains memories from each loop, learning the behaviors and patterns of the partygoers with each loop. Colt has been tasked to take out 8 targets across the island before midnight, as leaving even one alive will cause the time loop to reset and undo his work. Further, should Colt die before taking out the 8 targets, he will wake back up at the start of the loop.
The time draws near. Prepare yourself.
I know you are kind. You sense the power that flows through this land. Yet, you do not fully understand it.
Kena, Bridge of Spirits is an action-adventure game and the player controls Kena, a young girl with magical abilities known as a spirit guide. The player is tasked with collecting small spirit companions known as the Rot. They can be directed to complete tasks, such as moving objects, taking certain shapes, or distracting enemies. The player must damage enemies before the Rot builds enough courage to join battle.
No power here. Kena.
Each time I awake, this planet seems somehow different.
Returnal is an upcoming third-person shooter science fiction psychological horror game developed by
This
Housemarque.
world is
It is a third-person shooter featuring roguelike elements.
infecting
The
my
player
mind.
controls a space pilot who is stranded on an alien world and stuck in a time loop.
The
After
longer
every
I spend
death,
here,
the pilot is resurrected,
the more I can
following
feel
a
my
pattern
sanity
of
slip
traversing
away.
across foreign environments with vivid visions in an
but I
ever-changing
cannot
world.
lose hope. My only choice is to keep fighting. To keep looking for answers. My only hope is to break the cycle. Before the cycle breaks me.
Oddworld Soulstorm is an upcoming platform game developed and published by Oddworld inhabitants. Similar to its predecessor, the game is a 2.5D side-scrolling platform game. Protagonist Abe returns in the game and his goal is to save his fellow Modokones from slave labor. The game features a new crafting system in which Abe can craft and customize different weapons. While the game is mostly linear, it features a massive train hub area where players can access new levels and areas. Hogwarts Legacy will be set in the 1800s following a student at Hogwarts. The player will get to choose their Hogwarts house and attend classes at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, and explore a large open world consisting of locations including the Forbidden Forest and Hogsmeade Village. In the game, the player character will learn to cast various magical spells, brew potions, tame magical beasts and master other combat abilities. A morality system will also play a role in the game.
Of the wizarding world. Every corridor, every portrait, every stone in this castle tells the story of witches and wizards who came before. Here you will meet lifelong friends and grow into your own magical abilities in the classrooms of the world's most talented professors. And while your journey begins at Hogwarts, brewing potions, taming fantastic beasts, and mastering spells, there is a larger world beyond these walls. A world filled with dangers you can't yet imagine. An ancient knowledge long gone from this world. That strange and mysterious talent you possess may be the key to unlocking this dormant power. Your potential is limitless. But what form will it take? The journey ahead will reveal what you stand for.
Gran Turismo 7 is an upcoming racing video game developed by Polyphony Digital and will be the 8th mainline installment in the Gran Turismo series. This will be the first game in the series since Gran Turismo 6 to mark the return of the GT simulation mode, encompassing the long-established and definitive single-player campaign feature. The game will take advantage of the DualSense controller, Tempest engine and dedicated ray tracing hardware to support haptic feedback, and 3D spatial audio, enhancing the player immersion experience.
It was always gonna end like this. All your hard work, all your sacrifice, only sped up the process.
Like its predecessors, Hitman 3 is a stealth game played from a third-person perspective, and players once again assume control of Assassin Agent 47. In the game, 47 will travel to various locations and carry out contracted assassinations of criminal targets across the globe. The base game features 6 new locations, including Dubai, which was announced alongside the game, as well as Dartmoor, England. Players who owned Hitman and Hitman 2 will be able to import maps, levels, and their progress into Hitman 3. Little Devil Inside is an upcoming action-adventure role-playing video game developed by Neostream Interactive. It was announced that Little Devil Inside is to be a timed console exclusive for the PS5. In a message to their Kickstarter backers, Neostream announced that they plan to release concurrently with PC as part of their agreement with Sony.
You all right back there? No way.
It appears that the dimensions are collapsing on one another. If we cannot get to...
Right, the ship. I mean, we can't be that far.
Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is an upcoming third-person shooter platform game developed by Insomniac Games. It will serve as a canonical continuation from Ratchet and Clank into the Nexus, as well as purely act as a standalone title on its own. The game shares many similarities with the previous Ratchet and Clank series. The main playable character is Ratchet, accompanied by his robotic friend Clank. There will also be a playable female Lombergs. The player navigates Ratchet through diverse environments across a multitude of levels, defeating enemies with an array of varied weapons and gadgets, and traversing obstacles to complete key mission objectives.
Beats me.
To the depths with ya! How many arms you got, beast? We've been boarded! Get off me, ship, foul creature!
Destruction AllStars is an upcoming vehicular combat game developed by Lucid Games. Destruction AllStars looks like a destruction derby, with a diverse cast of characters who duke it out in a futuristic arena. Stray is a third-person cat adventure game set amidst the detailed neon-lit alleys of a decaying cyber city and the murky environments of its seedy underbelly. See the world through the eyes of a stray and interact with the environment in playful ways. Stray is developed by Blue 12 Studio, a small team from south of France mostly made of cats and a handful of humans.